The United Nations are promoting yet again another dangerous agenda that will destroy freedom and democracy in the West. In this video, I'm going to explain how. Welcome back to the show, ladies and gentlemen. We often talk about the United Nations on this channel. That's become extremely wasteful and pointless as an entity over the last few decades. It's not even doing what it was supposed to be doing. Well, what it claimed to be doing, world peace and everything else. It's becoming very intrusive, very centralized, and of course, a lot of dodgy people get roles in that organization. Now, they have, over the last few decades, pushed certain agendas that has been completely destructive. As you guys know, the latest one is about hate speech. Now, we're going to talk about that in a second, but over the last few decades, we had the climate alarmism that's been spreading. They have won the argument around that. This is the global consensus when it comes to net zero. They did the same thing with a global economic consensus. So you have basically what we talk about when we say the treasury orthodoxy in this country. It's all the same across the board, from the America to Canada, from the UK to Australia. There is consensus when it comes to what we call Keynesianism, or it's whatever the idiots did after FDR. So the economic consensus is the same. They want to have global taxation. They have the same social policies, and now they had the centralization of banking system and behind the dollar as the main currency, right? Now they're talking about hate speech, right? Hate speech can take many different forms according to the United Nations. They say, but no matter what it looks like, hate speech has real consequences. Really? They have done this 20-second video without any audio, by the way. There's absolutely no sound on it. But let's just quickly watch this, and I'm going to take some notes and explain it. So they are describing speech. For those, if you happen to be a naive, brainwashed idiot who's been brainwashed by the left, let me clarify. You have free speech and you have free speech. So, hate speech, if you're talking about inciting violence or promoting it, then that's illegal anyway. That's always been illegal. And I'm against it. Everyone else with common sense is also against it. The rest of it, mean words and jokes, nah, of course they're offensive. Everything could be offensive because it's subjective. So, in this video, they said, the UN video, hate speech has different forms. Could be a joke. So that's humor and comedy gone. Could be tradition. See, the agenda has been exposed. The mask is slipping. They do not like social conservatism. They do not like Western values, tradition, our customs. They want all of that to go away in the name of diversity and internationalism, globalization of the world. So, mass migration is part of this. They also said a common saying, which is again similar to tradition, but it's just part of the tradition of language. Every language has a set of a series of common sayings and all that. So that's also bad, very, very bad. Or a popular opinion. A popular opinion could be hate crime. So, for example, I support Brexit. Brexit is popular. Hate speech. There's a reason something's popular. It's popular because it's true. Anyway, that's what the UN are planning to do. But the UN strategy and plan of action on hate speech is also extremely concerning because they actually have a strategy on this. They've been talking about this for a few years. It's nothing new. They also had this launch in 2019 about how to take action against the hate speech. I don't know why it's their business, but okay. But we also have International Day for Countering Hate Speech on 18th of June. So on 18th of June, ladies and gentlemen, put in your calendar, one day a year, we are not going to do hate speech. And the way that we're not going to do hate speech will result in hate speech being eliminated. That's how stupid these people are. So a lot of it's virtual signaling, because then that will get you to become more virtuous. And by becoming more virtuous, you have access to bigger gatherings and lobbies and groups, and you can hang out with the elitist idiots, and there's more money into having more connections with the higher top people, right? So that's part of the whole agenda of those who are on these gravy trains. Now, the people with the actual agenda, they are more technically intellectual. They are a bunch of psychopathic nutters who have been doing their thinking over the last 100 years. And we have how many of these pseudo-philosophers been writing books and dangerous ideologies and manifestos from Karl Marx and all the others. And everything else has been happening, especially since 1944-45. All the modern scientists with their experiments, human experiments. These people are dangerous. The preventative role of education. This is what the UN is saying, by the way. They're saying as online environments have become echo chambers for hate rhetoric, strengthening digital literacy as part of a global citizenship education has become more important. Global citizenship education. They are basically talking about re-education camps, but online. It's none of your business, UN. Your job was supposed to keep peace around the world, which you're not doing because it's not in your interest to have peace, is it? Because you will be redundant. Now, why are they going around promoting some sort of re-education nonsense program online? At least it's online. It's not really in an actual camp. Thank God for that. No, this is another poster. It's never just a comment. Rise above hate. This is how dangerous this rhetoric is. It's never just a comment. So even if an innocent person innocently say gives you the wrong pronouns, and even if you correct them and if they apologize, apparently it's never just a comment. They should be arrested and be sent to the re-education camps. Because that poster, this rhetoric from the UN, is promoting intolerance, complete intolerance and fascism, saying, nope, it's never just a joke, it's never just a comment, it's never just a mistake. Don't even accept apologies. Destroy them and their lives. This is exactly what the brown shirts did. Now they're doing it in the modern way. And they don't even see how evil they are. This is the fascinating part. They think they are the virtuous one. Yeah. There's another one. Hate speech. When words kill. When? When has it ever happened? In the history of the world, when has it ever happened? And they're going to say, well, what about Adolf? In the 1930s, he had rallies. No, he was inciting violence. That's different. He was literally telling people to target innocent people because they had small businesses. And he wanted to nationalize everything, left, right, and center. And Mussolini, the same thing. He was trying to basically centralize everything and the means of production and everything else in the name of fascism, socialism, same thing. And he was literally inciting violence. So when words hurt or kill, it's not words, it's their action. Words can't hurt you. Man up. We had some reaction, by the way, on under the UNV video because I tweeted this. Look at this. I hate the UN. I hate this. And we have 3 clown emojis in reaction. I don't think they have the support of the public or the international citizens of the world are not really following this rhetoric that the UN are continuing to promote. There's another set of comments. This one, Jason Vieira said, who defines hate speech? He's asking the United Nations. Who watches? The watchmen. But this is the key point. The key question is always the boundary. Who sets the boundaries? Who's going to be the judge? Who's going to be the jury? And this is the whole point. Who is the god of morality? Who decides what is hate speech? Who decides where the offense starts and ends? Who watches? The watchmen. This is the key point. Who can supervise? The supervisors. That the whole point of technically the modern democracy, the democratic model that we created, and it was working for a while until these idiots, the control freaks, found the loophole to use democracy against us, and now we don't really have it because it doesn't matter who you elect, the faceless bureaucrats are taking over. The point of the modern democracy is a cycle of preventing tyranny. Now, you might not have an efficient government, you might not have an efficient system, but at least it continues the checks and balances. It's a cycle. It keeps preventing anything from getting done, including tyranny. Now, that means the watchmen were being watched by other watchmen. It's always been very bureaucratic and not kind of nonsensical, but it worked. But not anymore. When they want to centralize every single thing, including corporation tax, that's going to be global. Income tax is going to be global. Universal basic income is going to be global. Net zero agenda is going to be global. Immigration policies is going to be a global. Your army, the country's army, armed forces will be global. Every foreign policy decision will be global because of world government. You can't have checks and balances if everything is global and centralized. So, next one. Jessica O'Donnell says, United Nations, you are a waste of money. Short and sweet, Jessica. Thank you so much for that comment. And the Rational Post said, hate speech, in quotation marks, definition, speech that a collectivist hates. Everything goes back to collectivism. These people are dangerous creatures because they are collectivists and they are tribalists. Now people would say, but Maya, humans are all tribal. Yes, we are tribal, but we don't have to be tribalists. There's a difference between tribal and tribalists. There's a difference between elite and elitist. There is a difference between being a collective, which is a group, and collectivists. The moment you put the ist at the end of it, that makes it an agenda, that makes it an ideology, that makes it your passion, your dream to achieve. And that becomes dangerous. If you continue to promote collectivism, collectivism includes everything from social democracy, socialism, communism, fascism. They're all collectivism. Every single one of them is a similar thing because they are collectivist. They are not based on individual liberty. They are not based in self-determination and your family values and your local communities. Everything is about collectivism, the greater good. The state over the individual. The nation over the family. Anyway, let me know what you think. I'm Maya Tousi, and we are the media.